Can you see me, everybody? Something's wrong with the computer here. Something is wrong. Hello, everybody. Hello. 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 Can you see me? People, can you see me? Can you see me? Hear me? Hear me? See me? Can you see me? Can you see me? I don't know if you can see me. Come on, Lewis. I'm coming on. I'm on. I should be on. This thing is not working. This thing is not working. I want one alert. Your microphone is unmuted but has no signal 10 minutes ago. Why does it have no signal? This is amazing. Can so see you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, don't worry. Anybody can hear me. Keith, can you hear me? It's like and subscribe and change. I can't tell if you, I can't see myself on this thing. This thing is horrible. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Please tell me. Can you hear me? Studio mode. Here we go. There we go. I see that. Transition. Live. Here we go. Studio mode. Nope. Now, no. This is like one of those shows. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not getting upset. I'm not getting upset. I see me starting soon. Edit. Transition. Live. I'm on half the screen. And over here, it says starting soon. What do you see? Tell me what you see, please, people. Just tell me, talk to me, Lewis. We can hear and see you. Can you see my face? This shirt, can you see the vibration in the shirt? I can hear you, Lewis, as I've muted my screen. Okay, thank you. We hear you. Do you hear me clearly? I'm going to have to change my shirt because can you see the radiation lines? Can you see my radiation? Who am I talking to? I'm not talking to anybody. Why am I doing this if no one's listening? I know you're not supposed to listen, but I'd like you to listen. See, but not hearing. Can you hear me? Nice to see you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, my God, I'm screaming at you. Volume up a bit. Oh, yes, there we go. All right, that's right. That's what I needed to hear. Thank you very much. Thank you, Joodles. Can you hear me now? I can say, sad old Jewish geezer. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Ruben. I am sad. I'm really, really sad. I'm going to have to change my shirt. Okay, let's ask everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me with the eyes? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Now we can hear you. Can you see me? Can you see me? No. Am I on the screen? Am I on the screen? If you can hear me, can you see me? Who am I talking to here? Can you pay attention to me? We can hear you even better now. Yes. Can you see me? S-E-E. Can you see me? I'm getting a new shirt. You can hear. I'm asking a question. Can you see me? Am I on the screen? Yes or no? Am I on the screen? Okay. I know you can hear me. Can you see me? Just say yes, we can see you. We can see you now, says Stuart. Okay, you cannot see me. Okay. Can anybody else say they cannot see me? Be naked. I'm not going to be naked. I can't be naked. Though I look amazing. I'm not beating myself up. I'm beating you guys up. I am talking to people and no one's listening to me. Why am I doing this if no one's listening to me? Don't beat yourself up about it. Can you see me? Am I on the screen with my face and my hands clapping? Cellular Vortex is here. Good to see you. They hear you. I know they hear me, but can you see me? What am I out of my fucking mind here? I don't know why this is. This is studio mode. That's me mode. That's live mode. I don't know how to go from edit mode to transition mode. to live mode to full screen mode. I don't know how to do this. You people are useless. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to sign off. I'm asking you a question. I can ever the pics in the background. Okay. So am I sitting here? Let me go here. I'll have to go here because I can't trust you as an audience. As viewers, I don't even know what you people are. I don't know what you people are. There I am. I'm there. Am I on the screen? I'm on the screen. Screaming! I'm screaming. I'm screaming. All right, maybe I shouldn't be screaming. I've had 3 cups of coffee today. I've had 3 cups of coffee. One at Peckham Station, and one at I went into Hawksmoor. I went into Hawksmoor. Calm yourself. I have to calm myself. Because I'm asking them a question and they're not even answering me, and it's going off and on. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
Fucking relax.
I should relax. I should relax.
Screaming your head off.
I am. I'm screaming at these people. What am I doing here if they're not even paying attention to me? I'm asking a specific question. Why am I doing a live? I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't care about people, but I do. That's my problem. I'm a giver. I'm giving too much. I'm giving too much. How are you feeling? Did you not go to work today? No, but you were all.
Is that bad?
That is bad.
Can I not take a day off?
No. Not you weren't that sick, really. I'm on the screen, so I'm on the screen. I can't figure out how to do ending stream or window capture or stream start or full screen. It's not working, and I don't know why it's not working. I need a son to do this, but he's.
You have the tools. Look it up.
I'm not looking it up. I'm in the middle of doing a show right now. I should calm myself. Okay, thank you very much. That's all I wanted to know. Was I on the screen? That's all I wanted to know. I'm a human being. You know, you talk to people. I'm a human being. Claire, come around. Come around and help me. Okay? Come around. That was my other son speaking. So I only have this thing, which is called Streamlabs. Okay? And I'm going to have to Google this. I don't want to Google it. I don't have it. I don't have the ability anymore. Something happened to me. Maybe I have dementia or something. I just don't have the attention span to fix things. Back in the day, you say, I've got a problem. You go to Google or whatever and you'd fix it. And now I don't know. I mean, I look at it. I think, oh, this is a bit too complicated. Yes, you on the screen. Okay. So we're fine. It's now 9 minutes after. We're getting started. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I'm in a really bad mood. I shouldn't be doing this show. I shouldn't be doing the show because I'm in a really bad mood. Wasn't in a really bad mood. I was in a bit of a bad mood. I went in to see my friend Doug, who's going back to New York. He lives in New York. He has I'm not going to talk about his business. You're behaving mental. I might go get some coffee. Yeah, coffee. Yeah, I'm behaving mental. I am behaving mental. I can't tell if this thing works. I don't have any help. Okay? I don't have any help, and I'm all on my own. I'm feeling all lonely and sad. Okay? I'm feeling lonely and sad. Okay? Help Lewis relax. Yeah. What's going to help me relax? I don't know. I'm too close to you people. I'm calling you people as if you're to the people of this group. I'm too close. I'm thinking I'm talking and we're friends or whatever we are. And Lewis Schaffer's a big international celebrity, but you're not really paying attention to me. And I need someone to pay attention to me. You could take the man out of Brooklyn, but you can't take the Brooklyn out of the man. Well, there might be truth to that. Well, I only spent a few years in Brooklyn. I lived 6 total years in Brooklyn. I lived mostly in Great Neck, Long Island, New York. Okay, you can see me. It's too late now. It's too late, Zengo. Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, we are friends. I guess I don't know if we're friends, but friendly. We have a mutual relationship on the 28th of August, 2025. You're listening. I'm here. You're listening, and I'm here. And maybe you're listening because I'm here. Maybe I'm here because you're listening. So stop winding him up as he will have a seizure. That's right. I should do my blood pressure. Now you can understand why I've got super, super high blood pressure. Okay. I've got it. Anyway, we've got a lot of people here today. Let's see how many people we have. Or are we losing people? Maybe it's not. Maybe that's what I'm concerned about. We got 26 people watching on a Thursday. Maybe it needs to be more interesting. We all love you. I appreciate that, Claire. I do appreciate that. I want to apologize to you people for getting all upset. I shouldn't have gotten upset. I've got no business getting mad at you. I should, that's what these people are. They don't get upset. I get upset. Maybe that's why I'm an absolute failure. An absolute failure. There are 27 people. Thank you, Joodles. There are 27 people. I'm an absolute failure because I get upset. I feel stuff, and you're thinking, well, why should he be upset with us right now? Why should I be upset with you? Should I be upset with you that I'm sitting there saying, can you see me? And if you can hear me, then you should have responded to you. Do you know of a place called Amagansett? Yeah, it's out on Long Island. Yeah. Okay. But that's what Vatanai's music. Okay. Should we start again and be happy? All is good. Hey, Joe, how are you? Yeah, maybe we should start again. I know. Thank you very much. Lewis is going to smash something in pieces in a minute. Yeah, that's the kind of guy that I am. I'll smash something in pieces. I was watching, you know what I was watching? Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf yesterday, the day, and today, and was thinking about it 3 days ago, and this was smashing going on, and I'm not saying it's like my family, but it's sort of like me. It's like me, and my mother was like not in the sense of being as beautiful as Elizabeth Taylor, but she was like that. Do you think we live in a better time? Do you think we live in a better time now we are brought together knowing more? Or would you prefer when we were unaware of less? Who knows anything? Nobody knows anything. I'm the only person who knows stuff. And even when I knew stuff, I didn't know stuff. I don't know. Is it a better time now? No, every time is exact. There were some better times for us. I wasn't as afraid as I am now. I'm super, super scary. Ian Higgs is here. So let's just start with the show. We'll say hello to everybody. Hello, Zingo. Hello, Ruben. Joe has not changed her name yet, but I appreciate it. Ian Higgs. Vatanai's music is here. Joodles, good to see you. Mark is here. Ruben. Keith Bexley. Gammy. That's your new name for Russ Alex Owen. Russ, that's Russ. Mark the Rosie. And Stuart is here. So there you go. And then we've got Codex. Was he here? Was he here? I was screaming like for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes because I couldn't tell. Anyway, and because it's either broken, maybe it's broken. I don't know whether it's broken. That's that. That's that. I'm going to turn the editor off. Studio mode. Starting soon. Window capture doesn't work. Full screen. Full screen doesn't work. Can you hear me? I don't even know if you can hear me. Studio mode. Can you hear me? Please, can you tell me if you can hear me? I can't tell if you hear me because normally when it says full screen, you can hear me, but we're on full screen. But we're not really on full screen. I'm on half screen studio mode. Let me see what this is. No, that's not that. Okay, live. Transition. No. No, it's just a mess. It's that we can see and hear. Can you see and hear right now? I mean, that's 5 minutes ago. Let's see what's going on right now. It's fine for us. Everything is working fine. Well, you know what it is? I don't have earphones, so I can't hear whether any sound is going out. Anyway, so Ruben, hello, Ruben. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Lewis Schaffer Show. This is, again, one of the most incompetently... I shouldn't say it's the most incompetently. So maybe this is amazing. Maybe that's what people want to see. But do they want to see this? Maybe it's maybe they need to know that this kind of horribleness is happening. Tizer Pop. You need to calm down and chill, says Tiggy. Yeah, is Tiggy a girl or a boy? I forget. Not that matters, but I always feel when a girl says calm down. I tend to calm down a bit more. Mother issues. Iron Maiden are amazing. We're not talking about Iron Maiden. I don't want to talk about those kind of 1990s, whatever you call it, metal music. I'm not interested in those people. I'm sorry. They're not my music. You want to talk about punk? I'll talk about punk. But there's something about metal music that's like inauthentic, basically. I think it's inauthentic. Lewis, this is your worst show ever. I would say this is I don't think I've screamed. Have I screamed at you in the time I've been here? No. So this is my worst show. Thank you, Claire, for saying this is your, you love this show so much. This is my worst show because it's totally put a thing in my head. Now I've got like this sense of negativity and doom. This show works because it goes with the flow. It's perfect. Yeah, okay, thanks a lot. You're 24, female at work. Okay, well, there you go. That's your youngest audience member. Thank you very much. Don't worry, Lewis. By the time you finish, it will probably be the best show yet. Things can work out that way. They don't always work out that way. If you Google Lewis Schaffer reviews, you will see there's a great diasporic views about Lewis. Where are you again, Teaser Pop? What state, country are you in? Not state. What shire are you in? And what should we call you? You've got two names there, Teaser Pop. Is it Tigger? Do we call you Tigger? Now do we need to know. Lewis, give your head a shake. Okay, there you go. Stuart, what did you say that you were only joking? I didn't take any insults. What did you say? Lewis, this is your worst show ever. Yeah. It could be. That's not going to hurt my feelings. And how many times have I thought it's the worst show, but it's not the worst show? But this is what's going on in my head. This is why Lewis Schaffer is amazing. Too much overthinking. Guilty of that also. Yeah, this is what Joe says. Keep thinking about your fantastic 77 kilograms, Lewis. That's true. And all the negativity would fall away. Thank you, Claire. Well, that's what happened. Today, I woke up and I couldn't measure myself at 12, which is what time I usually measure myself. And so I have to measure myself at 9 in the morning because I woke up early, and maybe 10. And I then have to subtract 100 kilograms of weight. You're in London, and my name is Tiggy. Okay, there you go, London. Okay, here's the point, 77.4. I woke up, I was 77.7, which is the same as 2 days ago. And I thought, holy cow, I've gained weight. But then I realized I have to take off at least 100 grams an hour. I got to take off 100 grams an hour. What a brilliant name, says Zingo. Okay, there you go. Teaser is the drink. Is the Tizer. They don't have that anymore. Isn't that like pineapple or something? Isn't that one of those old school British things? And so I had to take off 200 grams. And by taking off 200 grams, plus I take off 100 grams because I haven't made and we're not going to discuss that. Lewis, you're the best ever. The women want you and the men want to be you. I appreciate that. Not quite true, but I do appreciate that anyway. So I took off 300 grams. So I'm 77.4, which meant I gained 300 grams from yesterday because yesterday I was 77.1. And the reason, what happened is I went out walking, picking up rubbish, and I had chicken. But instead of having 3 pieces of fried chicken, I had 2 pieces of fried chicken. So it's pi r squared went round to Circle's house, and he said, I was in the area. That's funny. That's good. I like these jokes, believe it or not. They don't bother me at all. I like them. Who remembers Lilt? Pineapple and grapefruit. Yeah, that stuff's really... I've had that. They don't have that anymore, do they? I can't drink that because it's high in carbs. Anyway, so I go out last night, and I had about 500 calories. And I just thought to myself, I'll just have 2 pieces of chicken, and that'll be fine. That'll be fine. And it wasn't fine. It wasn't. And then I had something else. I don't remember what I had for kind of a pudding. Did I have a piece of cheese? It was like I had 2,300 calories. So I thought, holy cow, I'm going to gain. And I didn't really gain. I didn't gain. So what I'm saying to you people is, every night. Every night I come so close to the edge. And this is what I am. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm always coming close to the edge. I'm thinking I've gone over the edge. That people aren't going to like me, that I'm going to do something bad, that I've eaten too much and gotten fat. But now I'm getting... So that's what happened last night. I thought I've eaten 23 or 2,400 calories. 23 or 2,400 calories. And I was going to get fat in the morning, but I haven't really gained. I'm still in the 77. I know this means nothing to you, but it means something to me. You're going to listen to this, and it's going to hit in your brain. I'm saying, you know what? Maybe I can be thin like Lewis. He's not disciplined. You see how undisciplined Lewis Schaffer is. He's screaming at his audience. That's unprecedented in the history of TV, of live streaming, where some guy is supposed to be doing a comedy program, which I'm not doing a comedy program, but I'm supposed to be a comedian, and I'm angry at you. I'm angry at you. I shouldn't be angry at you. How should I be angry at you? Okay? And that's right. So, Lewis, just put all those calories onto one side. Stay focused. It's in all social situations. Yes. Yeah, that's maybe what I need to do. Now, Ruben says it's water retention. It isn't water retention, because I was 82 kilograms before, and I was on this diet, and I didn't lose this much weight. I am in the I believe in water retention. Okay. Yeah, Jules, I'm supposed to be doing comedy. People say, oh, he's a comedian. He's a comedian. That's my get out of jail excuse. I can say I was just kidding. It's like what happened with the disabled people. I was just being funny. I was just being funny. No, I wanted them dead. I didn't want them dead. That's a joke. See, now I'm not even sure I can even say that. But that's the comedian's get out of jail excuse. I didn't mean to be serious. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. You know, Joodles, Singo says, Joodles, I was the first human where I lived to sample Diamond White. After that became an alcoholic big time. What year? When was Diamond White? How can you drink a drink that's called Diamond White? It does not sound like it's a drink. It doesn't sound like it's a drink. You're just so real, Claire. You're so real, says Claire. That's why we all love you. I'm not sure we all love you. You say you love me. But, you know, I would like some other people. I'd like more people to say that. Anyway, remember Corona? They were loads of different colors and flavors. Yeah, that was the experimental age back there. I remember that in the 90s. It rotted your insides. At the end of the day, they added sugar to it, let's just say. Cider is high in sugar, which just kills the liver. And so does, and it's alcohol too. So it's not good. Let's all not drink. Let's all not drink. Though if I had a drink right now, maybe I'll get a drink. Maybe I should have a drink. I don't believe in drinking. Do not drink. Do not drink. Do not drink. That's my point. Don't drink. I know when you're young, you think, oh, I can drink. And maybe you can drink. Maybe you can drink. Methylated apples, Diamond White. What is methylated apples, Claire? What does that mean? Have you seen the thing about that methylene blue or something that's supposed to be super healthy? And it makes the brain blue. So how good could it be? It's like a friend of mine was telling me about the Botox, because he's got all these, I know people with Botox. And where does the Botox doesn't stay in there forever? It's bacteria or something, and it goes all around. And maybe it goes in your brain and makes you stupid. You're edgy, but that's why we love you. Thank you, Zingo. I appreciate that. I'm on my third Guinness, says Ruben. Well, Guinness is the drink pretty much that I drink all the time, unless I find unopened bottles and cans in the park, which I do. I found a couple of those things, and I've drunk them. I've washed off the bottles, but if it's not leaking, I can drink them. I'm pleased to say, says Mark the Rosian, I don't really drink anymore. It's been months since I had some alcohol. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, alcohol is good, but not all the time. I mean, the way they used to drink it, they just drank it on Christmas because we didn't have the apples to make it into an alcohol. Maybe 500. Phone up Cressida and tell her she's got millions of fans. Okay, I'll make a note. Cressida. Tomorrow. Okay, yeah, maybe. It was Donna who mentioned methylene blue. Oh, that's right. Yes, she did. And is methylene blue, is that healthy? I don't believe in single medications. Do you believe in single medications? I don't. Here's what were we talking about before we were talking about this stuff? We were talking about how what's keeping me back from being success? What's keeping me back is I get too emotionally involved. Is the successful people, maybe they care about their audience. They're always looking at their audience. There's a big, at GB News, there's always big displays of the audience. There's no actual apples that went into making Diamond White. It's literally chemical high volume crap that many of us drank when we were younger. Yeah, I drank that too. I didn't know it was all going to cause cancer. We're all doing things that are bad things. Do they still sell Diamond White? What is it made out of? Potato? Is it like vodka or something with flavoring? Could be. Mel Gibson said his friend was in stage 4 cancer, took methylene blue, and cured his cancer. Yeah. Well, people's cancer get cured anyway, normally. It can get cured. It can get cured, Mark. But that doesn't mean, to me, I'm trying to prevent cancer by being on a low carb diet. And I thought today was another day. I had a horrible day. I was in Hawksmoor, which is an expensive meat place. Can I recommend it? The first experience I had there, I can't recommend it. I asked for like a raw steak, and they said, we're not going to give it to you. I just said, do the outside of the steak. Corona was invented in South Wales as an alternative to booze. The Protestant chapels were very concerned that drink destroyed the working man and his family. Well, it did this. It has done bad things, but it's also made them drunk enough to have sex with their dumpy, I'm not saying their wives are dumpy, but possibly dumpy wives. What is cider, Lou? What is cider, Claire C? We love you, Lewis, and we really miss you on mainstream TV. I appreciate that. That's what I appreciate. I don't appreciate my neediness. I don't appreciate that. But I do appreciate you saying nice things about me. Lewis, do you know that only scientists can create cola? It's because there are loads of physics involved. That's also a good joke. It's a good joke. I should be laughing at all your jokes. I should be. The fact that I say that I think it's funny, I think I'm not a loving person. Can you tell I'm not a loving person? Right underneath the surface as I'm screaming at people. Most of you I haven't met before. You're all come here in good faith. You've all been so good to me. Don't drink the trucker's Lucasade, says Ruben. If you find that, though, what is the trucker's Lucasade? Is it something? It sounds like something that's in the urinal over there. Frosty Jack comes to mind, saying that for a friend from many years ago. We all drank horrible alcoholic things because they were cheap and we didn't know. And I'm pretty sure that half of you people do not know. Not some of you people know that food can kill you, or what they call food can kill you. But most people don't know. They don't know that food can kill you. But I'm saying food. I'm just, anyway, because food can kill you. Yes, yes, Judas, I'm not a loving person, yet I want you to love me, even though I'm not saying I hate you. That's a horrible thing to say, because I do. But maybe I don't love you as much as I should. Or maybe I do. Maybe I love you too much, and that makes me sick. Lewis, you need love, attention, and I'm giving you this every day. That's brilliant, yeah. But then you give me love and attention, and I think, oh my God, how can I repay you? I don't recommend Hawksmoor after what they did to Tommy. There you go. Now I'm all upset. Yeah, what they did to Tommy Robinson. Yes, what they did to Tommy Robinson. They did it to me when I went in there. I said, can I have a raw steak, and the guy got all prissy on me. And then today we had a waitress, and she was like not loving enough. And the hamburger, I posted the hamburger on Twitter. Go to Twitter. Can you see Lewis Schaffer on Twitter? At Lewis Schaffer, one word, on Twitter. Lucy is here. Hello. Which Lucy is this? Oh, that's our Lucy. How many little bits of paper with Cressida written on them do you have lying around now? Every time someone says Cressida, I do. I couldn't even find it. I have a lot of piece of papers because I know Cressida would be a great guest. There's even a chance she might show up, Lucy. She'd be a great guest. She doesn't mollycoddle me. I was watching Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and the woman is like yelling at her husband. And I'm thinking to myself, that's my mother. That's my mother right there. So that's what I like about Cressida. She never says, oh, you're so funny. Oh, you're brilliant. Oh, you're this, you're that. There's always an edge to Cressida. I like Cressida. And she's whatever. Why? Do you like Cressida, Lucy? What are we doing? I must have it on at least 15 paper. Everyone says Cressida. Everyone. Love doesn't need repaying. May just have made that up. Love means never having to say you're sorry, Joe, from the TV movie, whatever it is, Love Story. You remember that? But that's sort of similar. Yeah, it doesn't need to be. You need to repay love. Somebody loves you. You need to repay. Do you not need to repay love? Why don't you tell me if you do or not? I always think you do. Tough Boy Live returns. You're in the house. He's into the bass, or is it bass? Good to see you. How's it? Day going? Much love and respects to you all. You missed the beginning. It was horrible in the beginning, but I appreciate you coming now. We're over 32 viewers. Lucy says hello to Claire. Anyway, so what am I saying? Don't worry, Lewis. Nick Stixon was so mad on a live stream once that he literally told his followers to F off. Yeah, well, there you go. That's what Jedster says. Yeah, I could believe it. Yeah, he's like me. Maybe, is he worse than I am? I don't know if he is. Claire, see, I love Cressida. So do I. You don't like Cressida, Lucy. All right, but you made me write down Cressida, and I'll probably call up Cressida, and she'll be on the show because you told me to do it. Love Story, yeah, I don't know if it was great. She died of cancer. That's when people were just beginning to get cancer because they're horrible, horrible diet in this world. My day is going good. Tough, how are you? Okay, so I didn't realize you were talking to each other. Nick Dixon, I like Nick Dixon. To me, he's pretty authentic. That's what I'm looking for, is authenticity. But too much you don't want to be yelled at. Mark J likes Cressida. The boys like Cressida. Do the girls like Cressida? The boys like Cressida. The boys like Cressida. Yeah, boys like Cressida. What Denies says, Joodles, isn't it also popular in Glasgow? I've never tried it. I'm a sucker for ginger wine. I think you got to stay away from ginger. Ginger's one of those things that kills your internal biology, and it gives you disease. Anything that's underground. Are we bringing that up? Men are so emotional. I'm not sure they should be allowed to vote. I'm a bad example of a man. Am I a bad example? I think I'm a bad example. I'm not a good boyfriend. I'm not a good friend. I'm okay. I'm not horrible. I'm not as bad as I think that I am. I'm not as bad as some people think that I am based on what I say. Leanne is here. Hey guys, my mom adores ginger wine. I don't know if you want to shout out your mom. Ginger is a miraculous plant. Why? It makes things a bit savory, so you think you're eating meat. The TV companies are scared, woke, to have you on because you tell the truth. And there's even trigger warnings at the beginning of Terry and June's TV show. Geez. Yeah, I mean, I don't tell the truth. I tell what's going on in my own mind, but I back out of it, and then I seem like I'm a sissy or something. You know, like I'll say things, and then people will go, "Oh, you hate this and you hate that. You hate," you know, like just I won't say the latest thing that people are upset with, but disabled people, you know, they think that I hate them. I mean, I do, of course, but they think that I want them dead. I'm going to say on TV I want them dead. Nick Dixon is a wet lettuce. I think I understand what you mean by wet lettuce, but I don't think he is. I think he's strong. He's strong. He's strong. I think he's strong. Anyway, Leanne, beautiful, beautiful Leanne, thank you for coming in here. Thank you. You know, I think we all are. We're all either too afraid to say what we're thinking, and we're too afraid to back down from what we're thinking, and we're too afraid to say that's what I believe right now, and I may be changing my minds. What are you howling about, Joodles? When the BBC hops between cheese is good, cheese is bad every few weeks, they don't tell. What does that mean, Mark J? Are they speaking against cheese? First of all, the BBC is a huge operation. It's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible operation. Horrible. I mean, I look at cheese myself and I think, no, I can't have I'm having too much cheese. I shouldn't have any cheese. Like the kind of cheese that I eat. I eat that Discover mozzarella cheese, the hard mozzarella cheese, 2 pounds 20 where I come from to eat it. It's just, it tastes like nothing. That's what I like about it, mozzarella cheese. Ruben is speaking to Lucy. Laugh out loud, I agree, unless they have piles. Okay, I missed the beginning part of it. I don't understand what that means, but thank you very much. Mark the Rosie. And here's Leanne. She comes in, and we're up to how many people do we have on our chat? Let's see, we got 32 or 35 or something. I dislike disabled people if they get the best blue badge space before we do. Yeah, maybe they shouldn't leave the house. I mean, disabled people. I mean, we're all disabled. I think I'm disabled. I think that little bit today just shows how disabled I am. Vatanai's music. Nothing wrong with a good quality cheese. Do you want to know something? Yeah. Yeah, how amazing is a good quality cheese? I mean, America had good cheese, and then they sort of went away. American cheese. They got some pretty bad cheeses. And in this country, and this is, get ready for the old joke, BBC is propaganda that we actually pay for. Yes, yes. Is this country every city has their own cheese, right? You've got Wensleydale, Leicester, Cheddar, every city has their own cheese. In America, only one city has its own cheese. Philadelphia. I believe what I believe, says Leanne, but with more or different information may change my mind. It's called evolution of the mind. Or it's like just changing your mind based on the information you have. And maybe that's what we need to do. Instead of saying, hey, you're wrong, say, hey, could you please explain that? Because I don't think you mean that. And if you do mean it, I think you're wrong. Can you please explain it? Can you imagine if you're a president or disabled? Well, we've had one of those in America. That's one hell of a parking space you'd get. Well, you know who is disabled? I mean, besides Biden, but who is disabled? Who is disabled? Basically. I mean, Roosevelt, and he was the worst president ever. And I can't believe I just said that because I never said that. Yeah, it's my Philadelphia joke. America has only one city has their own cheese, Philadelphia. But it's not really from Philadelphia. It's probably from New York originally. It's good, whatever it is. The problem with TV and interviews, that's the problem with TV and interviews. They never get enough tea. Maybe you're saying enough time. Could be saying that, yeah. But I think President Roosevelt is one of the worst presidents ever. He basically kept the Depression going. If they had just left it alone, it would have ended sooner. And in America, there was huge unemployment in 1939, 1940, when the Germans and the Japanese basically started World War II. Basically. That's Roosevelt. Horrible president. It's nice you're not late, Leanne, but also not too early. It's always good to see Leanne. Lewis. I thought he was lovely in Annie. Yeah, that's exactly when the movie took place, right? Wasn't he? Yeah, he was a master of publicity. Reading, he was the first one to have speeches on the radio. I eat cheese with a Z by the ton. Yeah, cheese is good because it's meat. Philadelphia cheese is indeed from New York City from 1972. That's why Joodles is so amazing, because she comes in with the information. FDR stopped the spread of fascism to the United States. No, he didn't. Why did he? See, now I'm getting mad at Lucy. No, he didn't. Because he was in office for so long. That's why the McCarthy era period came, starting with Truman became a bit fascistic, and you could make a case that the left-wing people are fascistic. Today's leaders can learn a lot from him. What could they learn, Lucy? What could they learn? Reuben, my wife has one. She has ruminated arthritis. She got it after being in the hospital for Novid. She had an experimental antibody treatment. Who are you talking to, Reuben? Reuben. What did Reuben say? Did I miss Reuben's joke? I got to go back up and find Reuben. I got to find up. I've just applied for a blue badge. Yeah, a blue badge. What do you mean, to put on your building or to put on your car? Yeah, she's got rheumatoid arthritis. Well, do you want to cure rheumatoid arthritis, Vantanai? It's so simple. Is you go on a low carb diet. I had arthritis. My elbow was stuck in an up position. My knee had arthritis. My feet, I had gout. So if you've got anything with an itis, psoriasis, anything with an IS, okay, is caused by a high carb diet. I don't know. It took a long time. I've been here for 45 minutes before I mentioned carbs. Joodles just looks it up. Yes, she just looks it up. She looked it up. Why is that bad, Mark Therosian? Why is that bad? I mean, you can't remember everything. Nobody remembers everything anymore. I mean, I'm still waiting for Lucy to say all the good things that FDR did. He kept the Depression going. Massive government spending. All these government programs that we're better off without. Lewis, I wish I was your neighbor. Why? I'm a good neighbor. I'm always picking up packages for the people across the way. My neighbor here, my black neighbor, I used to cook him meals every single day during COVID. I was a great guy. I was a great guy. And he was black. Can you believe that? Lewis Schaffer with a black Nigerian. Yes, I'm a great guy. Lucy, they could learn from him to give the people what they want and create a fairer economy to stop people from turning in desperation to increasingly right-wing parties. So you're saying by giving the wealth of a nation, okay, giving the wealth of a nation to people who did not make that wealth, it stops them from going right-wing. No. I don't think that's the case. Do you agree? Do you agree with that, people? This is what Lucy says. So Lucy's left wing. Lucy's left wing. I remember everything and forget nothing. Scorpio girl, says Joe. Do you give the parcels back? I send them a message and I say, I got your parcel. And even when they just leave the parcel by the door, because they're like, one of the people's flats is right by the main entrance where people walk up and down. Not that many, but people walk up and down. Yeah. Does color matter? It matters to people because they think maybe I don't like black people. And I enjoy it. And he was an old man. It was sad. It was really sad. He had like 11 kids or something. And his wife was very angry at him. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Does color matter? Yeah, it matters to people. Not to. It matters to people. Over time, it doesn't matter. Kate Gwynn is here. Your color does not matter. What matters is, do you love England? If you love England, it doesn't matter what color you are. If you love England, it doesn't matter what. If you don't love England, it doesn't matter what color you are. We need people who love this country. Hello, Lewis. This is what Lewis says. Everything. Evening all. It's been a while. Kate, it has been a while. I thought I'd check in prior to the cricket tonight. I didn't even know the cricket was going on. Okay, well, I do appreciate you coming in, Kate. You're not left wing, but what did you write here? You could learn from him to give people what they want, which is free stuff, and create a fair economy, which is free stuff, to stop people from turning in desperation to increasingly right-wing parties, which is what left-wing parties. And is it like a joke? Is it a joke? Everyone say hello to Kate Gwynn. Hello, Kate Gwynn. Claire says hello. Leanne says hello to Kate. Hello, and we're saying, and Claire and Leanne, and they're saying hello. Ruben comes in and says, laugh out loud, no. If you want one on your building, it's a civic society. For my car, a blue plaque. We're talking about blue plaques, not black people. Okay. If you want one on your building, it's the civic society. For my car, one day there will be one where you are living now, saying, here lived a great guy. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you. Yeah, I hope, I don't know if you hope it. I hope this building is here before they tear it down to put skyscrapers in, so that Chinese people have a place to make an investment. I'm not against Chinese, but that's what they're doing with the whole place, is building tall buildings. My friend, he came back from France, and he was just saying that Britain has all these, buildings, investment buildings. Mark the Rosian says no. Glad to see nothing much has changed. That's exactly true. Nothing much has changed. You're talking about blue badges, not black people. Yeah, but I thought he was talking about black people in case somebody wants to move into. It did sound that way. Anyway, he's not even black. He's from Nigeria. And black people are different in this country than they are in America. Color does matter. Color does matter, says Lucy Van Pelt. The majority of the population should be natives. See, I'm not left wing. Well, do you want to know what the problem is, Lucy? Is people want total consistency. They want everyone to believe what everyone believes. And you can't say I'm against integration or mass migration and be part of the team that's anti-fascist. They think that that's fascistic to be against mass immigration. Let's see what Mark J says. Nothing has changed. It has changed. Has it changed? How has this show changed over the past? This is week 79. That's a long time. I think I'm getting better looking because I now weigh 77 instead of 82. So I've lost about 4 to 5 kilograms, I think. So Mark J says this. Let's see if we agree with what Mark J says. Britain traditionally has been right-leaning, just not called far right. The extreme left took over decades ago and pushed more people to radicalize against their discriminatory wrongs. Could you please explain that? Britain traditionally has been right-leaning. Most people were right-wing, just not called far right. Yeah, what is right? What does it mean to be right-wing? We could talk about that. The extreme left took over decades ago. Yes, they did. That's why the Tories were so horrible and pushed more people to radicalize against their discriminatory wrongs. Who's being discriminatory wrongs? Is that a personal discriminatory wrong, or is that out there? He's not even black. He's from Nigeria. What? I'm thinking about America. An American black person is a person that comes from America, mostly living in the South, generally. And they haven't just arrived in the country, but now there's a huge, a lot of American black people don't like Nigerians who've moved to America in this because they were doing really well, and then these hardworking Nigerians, the Yoruba or whatever these other people are competing with them. Britain is a conservative country that sometimes gives the left a turn. Can't remember who said it. It's not that conservative. This borough, my borough, has I don't know how many council housing, which is communism. It's got a free education system, which is communism. It has a free health system, which is communism. So you can't say it's a conservative country. It lets women vote. It lets women. I'm sorry about that, Lucy. Joe, I was wondering, all meat only eating is everyone now? Has my ranting about meat and low carbs, has it affected any of you? Kate Gwynn asks. Has it affected any of you? My Nigerian workmates are very black. So you're judging based on color. But a Nigerian is not the same as an American black person. I mean, eventually they sort of, a lot of them, I don't know how black people stay being black, but whatever. They really want to be accepted as British and are Christian and uphold those values. Yeah, they're Christian. Yeah, and the trouble that they're having with Muslims in Nigeria is a bit scary. Vatanized music. That's very, very well said. Britain used to be a far right-wing nation. Given the left a chance, believed in democracy, and the extreme left took that and misused that. Fair play. Yes, Joodles. Yeah, what did Joodles say? Britain is a conservative country that sometimes gives the left a turn. And the left is far more left. And I said why, and I don't want to get into an argument about this, but they give the left a turn. And the reason why the country is far, far left is because I've been told this is not the case. But that's what I've been told. I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say. I'm not even going to say. Do we want to import the third world to the UK, though? I don't think most of us do. That's direct. But I think many people feel the same. Yeah. That is true. Most black Americans have some white admixture. That doesn't change their personality with a lot of them, Lucy. That they have some white thing. But, then I think they stopped having white admixture initially, over 150 years ago. And because they weren't allowed to, there wasn't any of this mixing going on. The mixing isn't that, they didn't want mixing. And the mixing wasn't done nicely where black and white people were falling in love and getting married. So it's a bit, I imagine it's problematic, Lucy, but it's a good point that you're mentioning. Churchill also said, we all start our life as a liberal with social conscience, but as we grow older, we become conservative. Otherwise, you must lack intelligence. Did he say that? I thought somebody else did, but that's probably where it comes from. They say to be 22 and 22 and conservative is to have no heart. To be 72 and labor is to have no brains. I think that was said, Reuben. But that's a good point you make. Very good point. All the political parties are uni-party globalist chills. The lot of them, yeah. A case could be made, Claire. A case could be made. Starmer got less votes than Corbyn. That's a bit of a shock. But I actually, yeah, because the Tories needed to be punished, and which is great. They've been punished. Starmer got less votes than Corbyn. First past the post is another argument. I'm pretty sure the next election will not result in a left-wing government again. Yeah, but can you call reform a right-wing government? I'm not sure you can. Lucy asked the question, which I'm not sure I want to answer. This is where I don't want to answer because I don't want one of our readers, one of our participants here got really angry at me because I blamed all the problems in the world on women. And she was right. She was right to believe that maybe I didn't mean it. Of course I didn't mean it. I love women. Do I love them the same way those men who hate women always say they love women? I love women. I love women. It's so amazing. No, because women know this, because women are a problem sometimes. So you can't say I love women. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear you say I love women. Nobody wants to. Anyway, Joodles finds it funny, Lucy. But you're both Northern Irish. You laugh at each other's jokes. You love each other to gang up on Lewis. That's what you're doing. You're ganging up on Lewis. But it is because of women, because women have voted more conservatively over time, and because they've promoted divorce and abortion and the government giving out stuff. It made going left much worse. It basically that. No, I think Churchill really meant we all start believing in fairness, and we get used to it, and that used to be attributed to the left more, but in truth, it was the right wing who were in the UK. The left went lefter. Okay, so Mark is saying the left went lefter. Yeah, and I started my life as a left wing. I told people I was a communist, Leanne says, I love women. We're the best. We are the best, says Leanne. Well, I would say you are the best, and I'm quite fond of Lucy and Joodles, and I wasn't Kate too. Forget my punctuation. Okay, I accept your apology. In the days when Churchill grew up, the left used to be less radical then, been replaced by whatever the woke nonsense is. There was less to give away. But remember, they instituted income taxes back then, so then they instituted at 1948 or whatever, they had the National Health Service. They started to build council flats for people coming back from World War I. Yeah, so that's been changed. Anyway, Steve Cuff's here. Hello, evening, beautiful people. Add Lewis. Oh, I'm not beautiful. Okay, I think you're making a joke. You have to be making a joke. Ruben, I'm always the reception. Who are you talking to? Lucy, are you talking to me? I'll answer you. Anyway, people are saying hello to Steve. Kate Quinn says hello to Steve. And Ruben says hello to Steve. And Joe says hello to Steve. And Leanne says hello to Steve. Basically, we're all saying hello to everybody. Yeah. Well, this woke nonsense, Mark, is incredibly left. It's left. And what is left? It's globalism. But it's been globalism. I remember seeing a movie about miners who are working in mines on the Belgian-French border. I don't remember what the movie was called, but they all joined together because they had more in common, supposedly, with each other. Leanne says, no, you're not beautiful. You're gorgeous, Lewis. Okay, well, there you go. Thank you very much. And Leanne, could I tell you this? You're gorgeous, too. You're gorgeous, too. If you want to send me a picture, you can send it to Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. Do you see that thing there? Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. One word. What do you think Churchill's response would be today to the small boats? Yeah, it's a good question. Ruben. What would his response be? I know what my response would be. We just got to say, small boats, big boats. We're not letting anybody in the country. And Schaefer, we're kicking you out too. He would have reacted. The reason why Starmer is not reacting is not because he can't react. Okay? He doesn't want to react. He's been told, let as many people in as you can before they make you stop. So he's doing a great job for his people, whoever his people are. Yeah, he wouldn't have reacted. Abortion laws were changed because the young teenage girls were gang raped by some soldiers and got pregnant. When was that? That's not true. That's not true. The reason why there's abortion is the same way I remember when I came to this country 25 years ago, the teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy was like off. It was like, we got to stop teenage pregnancy. And they've done an amazing job stopping teenage pregnancy. And now they complain there's not enough people to work. It's cheaper to have abortion. It's cheaper to, why should we have teenage girls, right? Teenage girls needing their own flat and having babies that need education when we could import fully grown adults into the country. So I don't believe that. You might want to prove that to me. Romantis is here. Good to see a beautiful Romantis. And Daz changed the name from D. That's really beautiful. Stormer is just a puppet. He's not the person controlling the situation. No, and neither was Tony Blair. Who are the people? Who are the people? Abortion is evil. It's not evil from a religious point of view, but it's evil. It's destroying the country. We don't have enough children. I shouldn't be telling you this because a lot of the women here do not have children. And so I should be more, I guess not even mention it. But we need children. We need children. Someone's got to pay for Lewis Schaffer's Social Security and my what do you call that, pension, and your pensions. We need kids, and you can't trust the immigrants to do the work. You totally contradicted yourself, Lewis. I think this is from me. Kate Gwynn says, that was from Lucy. Kate Gwynn says, exactly, the government don't want to help its people. They choose to destroy what they can. Are you talking to me, Kate Gwynn? Are you talking to everybody? You totally you said women have historically voted more conservative. I didn't say that. Who are you talking to? I didn't say that. I said women want free stuff, generally speaking. They want, especially if they've been told not to get married, if they've been told that they're going to have to work, if they've been told not to have children, they want more free. Don't be mad at me, Lucy, please. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. I don't like it when Lucy's mad at me. I shouldn't talk like this. Why do I talk like this? Can you explain to me why I talk like this? I'm making people angry. Starmer was a human rights lawyer. Yes, he was a communist. Doing something to stop the boats would be admitting that he's been wrong for the past 4 decades. Yeah, he's not just wrong about that. His ideology is wrong. He's a communist. The 1960s. What about the 1960s, Lucy? Okay, the old left in industrial areas encouraged personal improvement like night schools, libraries, cultural pursuits like choirs and brass bands that weren't paid for by the government. Now it's all extreme woke stuff, says Vantanai. That's what Vantanai says. Yeah, now they want the government to pay for people. Well, they want us dead. They don't want. They don't want. And it's true. Who are you talking to, Lucy? Can you just say who you're talking to? Reuben, the country betrayed Churchill after the war. Yeah. Well, he did lose the war. He lost the war to America, who basically forced Britain to stop being an empire. You already have 2 children to pay for you. I'm talking paying into the system to pay for everybody. My kids are going to have to pay for not just me. They're paying for everybody. Anybody who doesn't have kids is, whatever. Thank you, Joodles. I don't think they're going to pay for me. Daz comes in and says hello. Let's say hello to Daz. Hi, hey, Leanne. Reuben, if Churchill was a populist, he would much hold more Farage line of speaking and be against mass level immigration. He was a true Tory. John Major, who came later, they weren't. No, they weren't. They don't care about Britain. Who's going to fight for Britain? Something's wrong when the King of England does not care about his own country. Doesn't care about his own country. Okay, Lucy wrote something to somebody, but we don't know who she wrote it to. Women want free stuff. We need more children to pay for my Social Security. Almost consecutive sentences. Yeah, they do want free stuff. Even if they have children or don't have children, those 2 things are not, whatchamacallit. Lucy said something, but I don't know who she said it to. Daz. I guess free stuff is just means security. Yeah, they want security, and they used to get it from a man or from being in a group. Now they call the police. They want it from the police against their own husband, and their police come and tell their husband, you have no control over your family, so you should get out. And that's happened to me. That's happened. I mean, the police didn't come, but they could have come. They could have come. I'm not going to say what happened to me, but it was not good. I came into this conversation late, though, so I missed the start. No, you hit the nail on the head. So Steve Cuff says, Lucy, it's the voices in his head that he's calling out as not telling the truth. Who are we talking to? Major was a closet Tory. He didn't believe. Wasn't he a Tory? He was a Tory. He said he was a Tory, but he's not Tories because the government got bigger and bigger and bigger, and more money got given away, and the NHS got bigger, and all of the government programs got bigger and bigger and bigger. The left went from fairness to we are owed. It's like what's her name says, what Holly says. I earn my benefits. That's what that means. Yes, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. Okay, that's what Mark J says. Even by our own, they see victimhood in theirs. Yeah, they see victimhood. Instead of saying, I earned this money, because, back in the day, women didn't earn as much money as they earn now. So then they want to feel like they earned it. The left went from fairness, right, that's what Mark J says. Ruben, have you seen the comic strip Presents of John Mayer as a circus performer? We haven't seen that anyway. That's why the UK needs to be more right-wing, so that we aren't paying for everyone else all the time. We are all, if you want private education for your kid, you should get a tax rebate. Same with the NHS. No, they shouldn't. No tax rebate. Let people pay for it. Why should the government be as big as it is? Judel said something funny. Women want free stuff. They want more children. This is something that I said. They want more children to pay. We want more children to pay for our Social Security. Yes. Well, why is that inconsistent? John Major gave the EU more power over us, so he basically sold us out as a strong nation. Blair and Brown took it further. I don't explain this well enough, but there's basically two wars going on. There's the left versus the right, and the left are Team World, which is Europe, versus nationalism, and then coming in from the bottom, and then there's the war between men and women, and then coming in from the bottom are the Muslims. I earned more money 30 years ago, Joe says, when I did my last job. Terrible. Well, do you want to know something? In America, people are earning way more money because they're kicking the illegal immigrants home. So illegal immigrants are not showing up to work. So these companies who should have been put in jail have to pay more, Joe. Yes, things will be better when we get rid of all the illegal immigrants, including myself. I'm not an illegal immigrant, but that's what you should do. You should say, we're not letting people into the country. One of our older docs said, this is at the hospital, it was better when people died sooner after retiring. Heart attacks, lung cancer, and diabetes culled the old. The country can't afford an aging population. Yeah. Are people dying? Are they living longer? I'm not sure that they are. I think that they're not living longer, Vatanai. Kate Gwynn comes in and says, no, what I mean is get ready. What I mean is, if you aren't using the state education system, why should you pay for it? Because there should be no state education system. Because everybody benefits from a state education system in theory, but there should be no state education thing. I believe that. Am I horrible? Do you hate me? Lucy says, Margaret Thatcher increased welfare spending because her globalization and financialization of the British economy put so many people out of work. I don't think she did. I think more and more people were working under Margaret Thatcher. And was she globalist? I don't think she was a globalist. She was saying we've got to make Britain more competitive. We got to make it. We've got to put factories in Britain. We got to make drugs in Britain. We've got to make cars in Britain. I don't know if I believe that. We've got to have financial enterprises in Britain. We've got to steal the French's business, Lucy. So I'm not sure I believe that. Speaking of beautiful Nigeria, here's Juliet Folktales. So a round of applause for Juliet Folktales. So, hello, Juliet. Lucy says, oh, my God. I don't know who she's saying, oh, my God, to. Thatcher herself did a Miliband close the mines for cleaner fuels and net zero start in the UK. I don't think she did it no, she didn't do it. I think, from what I know, she did it because it was a state-operated system. It was costing so much money that those people who were working, they were basically government employees, and they were being paid too much money in the coal mines. That's why she closed them, and she was teaching them a lesson. She was saying, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. They thought that they were so strong, the coal mines. You know, we need independent coal miners, and we need independent coal mines. America's number one priority after the war was to break up the British Empire. Yes, I don't know if it's a number one priority. Yeah, there was no special relationship. Well, what was World War II? After World War, we said, no, you can't be. We're not going to give you money to go back and take over Egypt and whatever that war was in the Suez War. You're right. I agree with that. But I don't know. It was the number one priority. It's good to have you. I was just talking about my Nigerian neighbor. Thatcher was a mix, probably pressured by EU a lot. Probably. That's also the problem with England, Britain, is that they're always lying to you. You get the feeling that there's a reason why they're doing this, but they won't tell you why it is. Aren't we paying for all the wars, Steve Cuff, says Joodles? They are many going on, and I bet we're sending money. They're just not telling us. Yeah, well, I think that the EU, according to what my friend says, is spending $100 billion to buy weapons from America to give to those people, to give to the Ukrainians. Thatcher was 100% a globalist. When did mass immigration start? Did it start during Thatcher's time, or did it start during, after Thatcher's time? That's what Lucy says. Do you agree with Lucy? Can you listen to what Lucy said? And we could find that, is this true? Thatcher was 100% globalist. This is what Lucy Van Pelt says. I don't know if that's true. Lewis, how is your message feed set up? I've got the filter set to all messages and top messages. Mine says live chat, which is, I think, everything. I'm seeing your messages. I'm seeing some of your messages, at least, Daz. I'm gonna take a break. We're taking a break. Are we taking a break for 2 minutes? Can you answer that question? Vatanai is going to answer Lucy. Let's see what the answer is. That she's a globalist. Okay. All right, I'm back. What did I miss? Thatcher was a mix, says Mark J. Probably pressured by the EU. Okay, so she said that. Thatcher was bad for the manufacturing industry. She believed in why make it at home when we can get it cheaper elsewhere. That's true. It's like it was really bad. That's what everyone believed back then. And there's some benefits from this, I've been told. I don't know what the benefits are. At the time, it seemed like a good idea. Not now. Now, well, look what Donald Trump is doing to Detroit. Or these northern cities. There's plenty of manufacturing areas there. Have you changed to all comments in the top? I only have a choice of live comments. Okay. I pressed a button before. I'm trying to remember what the button I pressed. Maybe before. Okay. Okay, let's see. So we're still discussing Margaret Thatcher. Do you mind just saying whether we agree with Margaret Thatcher, whatever, she was a globalist? But Lucy believes that. She says that over and over again. Maybe she doesn't. Lucy goes, Slava Ukraini. Yeah, a bunch of anti-Semites. Whatever, even if they're not anti-Semites, we shouldn't be spending our money. Maybe we need to spend our money on all those people, on the Ukrainians, but maybe they're not handling it properly. Just done, thanks. I'm a dinosaur. I'm a dinosaur too. I mean, this is not working out. I guess it is working out for me, but I was like very frustrated in the beginning of the show. I'm doing better. Am I doing better right now? I think I've been told I need to show a little bit more star sparkles, shine, star, whatever it is. Okay, so Steve is a bit of a dinosaur. But I had a little play on my own and it worked. Okay, so I don't know. I think I know what that means. It doesn't mean what you think it means. It's hard to know if Thatcher believed in all woke stuff, or she only believed in benefits for Britain. Her speeches were more patriotic, but some of her actions betrayed some of it. Well, you have to remember that Enoch Powell, am I allowed to mention his name? He said something, and he basically killed his career. So maybe she knew better. Maybe she knew this was one hill she could not die on, right? Anyway, her speeches were more patriotic, but some of her actions betrayed some of it. Yeah. She wanted to stay in power. Lewis, who is regarded as one of the better American presidents? Donald Trump is the best president I've seen. I've seen this. What did Judel say to Steve Cuff? Because he enjoyed something that Judel says. Well, they were talking about like being online, whatever. Lucy goes, exactly, Vantanai, exactly. I think you're okay, Lewis. All the messages on my phone are coming up and on the telly. Okay, good. So maybe I can see them. Who wants to be normal, Steve Cuff? Anyway, Thatcher was very pro-world free trade and the EU trade. Well, because she wanted to be like America, and that's the American ideology, right? The American ideology is if we have free trade, if America polices everything, we can control the world and we can benefit from free trade. And it worked for a long time. And then suddenly something happened in the 1980s, and America's like as being screwed by China and France and everybody. And now Donald Trump, it took 45 years for Donald Trump to come back and say, no, America wants a piece of the business. And that's what Britain should do. You want to sell your cars here? We have to be able to sell our cars there. Or we have to be able to sell something in your country. Basically, that's what America is. And because Starmer's a communist, he doesn't want to do that. Blair is responsible for mass migration. And that's when the population started to go down. There was one thing about this country, okay? There's tremendous disrespect for working normal. I mean, we won't even use the term working people. For normal people, for whatever you call normal people. In America, blue-collar people, whatever it is. Horrible treatment. You're working class, that's a term that's used. There's no respect for you in this country. Sometimes you can go, oh, I'm working class. You get a reverse, But I think it's really bad. Really, really bad. Really bad. Do you agree with me? It's really bad country to be living and I don't care about working class people. I'm an elitist myself. I grew up what we Americans would call middle class. My father was a lawyer. We lived in a house. We had a car. You know what I mean? We were all right. We weren't that all right, but compared to my father was a little. We weren't that all right. I went to summer camp. Was able to go to Europe. Whatever it is exactly. That's when the left had a stranglehold on opinion. Around the time Enoch Powell was in Parliament, he was anti-EU and he called it right about the deterioration of society. He did, but I guess Margaret Thatcher saw this and said, "I can't go in that direction." Starmer's a communist. I can think of a different word beginning with C. Yeah, well, they all are that. They all are that, Steve Cuff. They are. Trump says he wants to let 600,000 Chinese students into the country. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right. Then it's not right. That's always the hard thing where you get disappointed in your president, in your leader. You are right, Lucy. Trump wanted to do that. I started grammar school, says Joodles. The truth was grammar school paid for by the government, paid for by the deep state? Yes, it was. We don't need deep state. We need people running their own schools, like the same way they run their... And people should pick up their own garbage. People should clean their own streets. Thank you, Kate. I appreciate you saying goodbye. You don't need to. It breaks my heart that you're leaving. So just in the next time, just kind of sneak away. And I'll say, where were you? Where were you? Because I miss you now already, Kate. This is the way I am. I'm a lover. I'm a lover. I'm a lover. What's going on? Where are you coming back? Hello? Who is that? I don't know. My son went away. Maybe he's coming back. Which son is that? Is that you, C-word, Carnegie? Yes, he is. He's got a bit of a cold. Don't cough. There were a few areas where they survived over here. Not many. I missed the thing. What is that? Joodles. We're talking about grammar schools. I started grammar. There's no grammar schools. They're always changing the school system because it's centralization, and centralization is communism, always run by the government. They're always saying, "Oh, look, we're changing. It's like Fidel Castro in Cuba. We're changing. I'm there. I care about you people. We'll never get anywhere. So many MPs and lords. Okay, there's too many people having an opinion. Too many cooks and all. There should be too many cooks because we believe in democracy. We don't believe in this deep communist state where the poor working class people are mistreated." Thatcher believed in the 2-4 nuclear family. Well, that's better than what we have now, which is no family and nobody having kids. I think less than one Anglo person in this country is having a kid, and you got 2 parents, so that's not enough. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, that's my point. My point is this. This obviously is not that interesting to people, this discussion, but I don't care. It's interesting to me. And some of my favorite people are participating in this discussion, which is what matters. So, and Joodles, of course, is laughing at something that Lucy said. Of course, the two of them are 2 peas in a pod. Enoch was seen as too extreme, but Thatcher folded too much into the extremism on the other side. But Enoch was accurate about the extreme left having too much say and influence. Yes. Well, because they believe in team world. They believe in that everybody's the same, but everybody isn't the same. We're not all the same. Do you think Reagan and Thatcher got it on? No, I don't think he did. I think Reagan was a very dirty man when he was young. And then when he married that woman, she was quite scary. And it's sort of like similar to me, really. Really. When you're young, you just think, oh, I can have sex with whoever I want to have sex with. And you can't, guys. You can't. You've got to be very conservative. Ruben, do you think Reagan and Thatcher were getting it on? I ended up going to an all-girls school, Joe. This is what Joe is saying. A horribly strict mix of grammar school and then a comprehensive school. Far more fun just sharing my experience. But there should be a period in there, not a comma. And a capital and just, I think. No, Lewis, I'm pissing myself laughing at Lucy writing down something you said. I'm still laughing at the fact. What did I say? What did I say that was so shocking? What did I say? I mean, I've got to be careful because I don't want people to be mad at me, and and I do have respect for people, and I don't want people to be listening to this and thinking, oh my God, he hates this, or he's a this, or he's a that, or you know what I mean. I don't want that. I'm a coward. You know I'm a coward. You know that I'm a coward. I don't think you know that I'm a coward. I'm here all by myself. I'm talking to names and you people, and I know you're listening, but I still haven't had that much negative feedback from things that I've said. I mean, I have, but nobody in the room walking out calling me a CUNT. She was Reagan's support aide. He was mostly blind when older. Nance took his rock by then. Yeah, she got old. Yeah, Thatcher. I mean, what's his name? Ronald Reagan got old. Could he have been better, Ronald Reagan? Yeah, someone needed to be Donald Trump and say, we've got too much immigration, and actually explain what it is. And even Ronald Reagan, even though he's doing the right thing, he's not quite explaining what it is. She was Reagan's support aide, yeah. Lucy comes in and says they called her the throat goat. Nancy Reagan. What does that mean, the throat goat? She was a great speaker. I remember her saying we're doing all we can, because that's what women should do. They should be the support for men. Men need support. Reagan was a great joke teller. Yeah, we've all seen the jokes. Lud, good to see you. Welcome. I mean, we need support. Men need support. They need a woman behind them. And I've had women who weren't supportive. Very hard to survive as a man when your wife thinks you're a loser. I didn't say that. Or thinks I'm going to end up as a loser. I don't want that. I'm mad at you for criticizing my grammar yet again. There is nothing wrong with it. I don't know where those 4 or 5 full stops come in, but yeah, I think it helps us read. Because Joe, what did you write? You wrote down, I ended up going to an all-girls high school, period. Capital A, a horribly strict mix of grammar school, and then a comprehensive school, period. It is adding the word period, it is far better, it is far more fun. I don't understand what that means. That you're coming from a school where an all-girls high school, is it more fun than a grammar school or a comprehensive school? I don't know. I don't know what that means. If we're trying to communicate with each other. Keith Bexley comes in and says, "Core, I love a bird who's a great speaker." No, she was helping. I'm mad at you, Joe, for criticizing. Okay, yeah, I said that already. Well, okay, took his rock. I didn't say that. You did say that. Nancy was his rock by then. Sorry. You're right. I didn't read it properly. I should put my glasses on. But I got to get close to this thing. Core, I love a bird who's a great speaker. Do you remember Ronald Reagan didn't have an answer? And she whispered to him, she's saying, we're doing all we can. And that was totally necessary. Yes, Lewis, she was a great speaker. Let's go with that. I don't know if she was a great speaker, but she was also wrong. She was also like, let's stop drugs. I'm a libertarian. Let people take as much drugs as they want to take. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Nancy Reagan could have been truly America's first female president if they did give a woman a run at presidency. No, they shouldn't give sorry. I don't want to discuss that, Mark J. And most of the women have always been smart. Remember, a chicken doesn't sleep with a snake. A chicken sleeps with a snake sleeps with another snake. So they're all smart. All these women are smart. Led's laughing at a bird. I love a bird too. Enoch was a very clever man. I went to the same school as him. That's how you know he's smart, because he went to the same school. Except he got honors. I got expelled. Well, he was so British looking. I remember seeing him on American TV later years, not at the time. And he was he was defending his situation, I assume. He was on the Dick Cavett show. Has anybody seen that, Lewis? Okay, even when correctly spelled and punctuated, Lewis can't see to read it properly. He doesn't believe in correcting his eyesight. Yeah, my eyes are basically, I can read it, and my eyes have gotten better over time. I'm not going to blame my eyesight, you know. I mean, this is a difficult situation, reading this stuff. It's very stressful. You know what I mean? We've got people watching what I'm reading. It's very stressful. I don't think I agree with drugs for all, says Daz. Listen, you should agree for it. If people want to kill themselves, let them kill themselves. But it's an excuse by making drugs illegal. It's an excuse for intervening in people's private lives. Drugs are too small. They're this big. So they're going to break into your house and go through everything in the world that can hide something this big, this small. Same thing with guns. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. So I just say legalize everything. I'm a libertarian. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. A-level English language and literature bird. Just saying. That's what you were. You're an A-level English language and literature bird. Yeah, women could be good writers, I guess. Mary McCarthy, if you know she is, fantastic. Fantastic writer. It doesn't really help much. It helps a little. But it means I've got to get so close. And it means I'm like embarrassed that I'm wearing glasses. And I need to focus on it. Like here it's a bit blurry. When you wear those glasses, Lewis, does it help much? You need to add the punctuation. It's easier to read something when you've got punctuation. Shoot. What is that book called? Shoots, eats, leaves, shoots, eats, leaves. What is that book called? Eating this kind. Look at this. Throat Goat, greatest of all time, refers to Nancy's time in Hollywood, allegedly. Okay. See, that's why we need to explain what jokes are, Lucy, because I know you have unbelievable respect for me, Lucy, but I didn't get that. Who got that? She was good at doing that, and you got to do it. I mean, my girlfriends, if I've had any girlfriends and not gay, as I think that I am, my girlfriends have become my girlfriends because they grabbed me by the ankle and they said, "You're my boyfriend." And that's what you need to do with men, because otherwise there's always another girl out there. So that's what you need to do. She's a throat goat, which is like telling a guy. And then, what's her name? Jerry Hall. What Jerry Hall used to do with her husband, Mick Jagger. He used to, do that. Why is my sister called Teresa, Dad? Says Steve Cuff. Because my mom loves Easter, and it's an anagram of Easter. Why do you ask, Alan? Okay, there's a joke there, but I don't understand the joke. Son, why is my sister called Teresa? Dad, because Mom loves Easter, and it's an anagram of Easter. Yeah. Can you, oh, so embarrassing. I don't understand that. Can you explain that, Steve Cuff? Because I think it could be a kind of joke that I'd go, and really enjoy. Eats, leaves, shoots. Leaves, eats, leaves, eats. That's something. There's a book called Eats, Leaves. You want to come on the radio? I'm ill. Okay. I asked my son to come in there. Can Steve explain this to me? You know, why is my sister called Teresa? Teresa, because Mom loves Easter, and it's an anagram of Easter. Why do you ask, Alan? Anyway, so your punctuation is just fine. Yeah, I mean, if you don't change it, it's all right too, Joe. Anyway, Daz comes in there. Daz. That sounds like Jez. I remember when I came to this country, everybody's named Jez, which stands for Jeremy. I guess I didn't like Jeremy at that time. I felt like it was more free when I lived in Singapore, where the rules were far more strict. I was free to walk around at 3 a.m. without getting stabbed by a drug addict at a police. Well, if you make drugs illegal, you're going to get people stabbing you to buy drugs. But if you say you could buy drugs wherever you want to, and it's dirt cheap. No one has ever stabbed anybody for a pack of cigarettes back in the day, Daz. So that's what I'm saying. It should be free. Lucy, you. I was worried where that was going. Who are you talking to, Lucy? I don't know who's Lucy's talking to. A-N-A-L. An-Al, says Joodles. I'm not going to say that word. But so Joodles explained the joke to me. I assume he explained the joke to me. This has been one of the best shows we've done. Has this been a good show? I think it's been a good show. I don't know, not really a show, but we've had a pleasant time talking. Have we had a pleasant time talking? All right, so let me go back to the joke that John Cuff was saying, which is, why is my sister called Teresa? Dad, because your mom loves Easter, and it's an anagram of Easter. Why do you ask, Alan? Oh, I see. It's not a joke about Easter. It's a joke about Alan. Is that right, Joodles? Do I understand it now? And saying he was named he was named Alan because his mother liked A. Anyway, okay. Am I right about that? Let's see if I'm right. I've got to figure this stuff out. You know, I'm meaning well. I'm meaning well. Okay. I had to explain that joke to a mate of mine called Alan. When he was 51 years old, he went and had a word with his mom about it. Okay, it's a funny joke. The joke isn't really about Teresa or Easter. It's about Alan. So I think I'm guessing that. Thank you, Joodles, for explaining that. Yes, he was great on D.C., Lewis. Most misunderstood politicians on Dick Cavett. Yeah, he was. He was totally bad-mouthed. And that can be hard. It's hard when you're demonized. I've been demonized. I was demonized in the comedy business. I'm probably demonized now. I'm a right-wing person or something. Or, I was demonized because that girl was unhappy with me. Not you, but that girl was unhappy with me. Yeah, it's horrible to be demonized. But he was right. Enoch Powell seems to have been right. But why are they doing it? Why are they letting 1 million people in? Because it's good for the economy. Maybe it's because they want to scare us. They want to tell us, that you're nothing, British people, that we can do this to you. Lewis Schaffer is a professional comedian. Well, I used to be. Is this comedy? I used to be a professional comedian. I've had thousands of shows. Maybe 10,000 shows I've had. 10,000 hours, yeah. Lucy's laughing at something. I don't know what she's laughing at. Yeah, well, we're talking about you, Alan Williams. We're talking about you. Steve Cuff was making a joke, but he didn't mean it in a bad way. Did you mean it in a bad way, Steve Cuff? I love Steve Cuff. Now I start saying all these nice things to you. Should I be a bit more like, I'm not allowing you to come onto the thing. I'm not allowing you. And people might respect being here more. I will change my grammar to fit into more American feel. No, but I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to put a period in there. not just a comma, not just one long run-on sentence. Lewis, I will change my grammar to fit in with a more American feel, period. Capital, no problem, exclamation point, something maybe. Nice shirt. Yeah, this is nice. I got this at Uniqlo. Do you know Uniqlo? I love this. I don't know whether you can see. It's kind of like, it's a fabric. It's got, you can see through it. Can you see through it? You know, so, and it's long sleeve, so it's not totally a summer shirt. And it's not totally a winter shirt either. I've got three exactly the same. Three exactly the same. It's got it's buttoned down. I don't necessarily like button down shirts anymore. By all means, Lewis, start banning people. That's a fab idea, yeah. And then they'll respect being on here. I'm too nice. I'm saying, please, please, please. And maybe that's what I should be. I should be nasty to you. I don't need you. I don't need you. I'll be like Nick Dixon does that, and he's got thousands more. Andrew Doyle does that, and he's got thousands more. I'm too nice. I'm too needy. Am I too needy, Joodles? I'm too needy. I'm begging people to like me. Please like me. That's not attractive. It's not attractive. That's what I'm saying to you, Joe. Put periods in there. Put capitals. Spell it properly. It's punctuation. It's called a sentence. I totally give up and will start writing in American. That's not a sentence. That's two sentences combined. Lewis, I will change my grammar to fit in with a more American feel. Period. That's all I'm asking you. Put a period after feel. And then get rid of that comma after that smiley face, because that's basically a smiley face is a new sentence. Does anybody disagree with me? Vatanai says this. Okay. Maybe Teresa. What does Teresa stand for? Vatanai. What does Teresa stand for? Anyway, Vatanai says, no, who says that? I mean, Steve, what does Teresa stand for? Ruben says, I saw an Enoch interview where he cried. He said he had guilt for serving in the army and surviving the war when so many of his friends had died. Yeah. Well, that's also because as men get older, like me, how many times have I cried on this show? I'm crying all the time. I'm crying all the time. That's what happens. You get older, you cry. I mean, I know how to cry now. You know who taught me how to cry? My ex-wife taught me how to cry. Taught me how to cry. It's called a sentence. So let's get back on track here. I shouldn't read it because who knows what's going to happen. Be more Nick. Maybe I should be more Nick. Nick is great. Lewis eats, shoots, and leaves. Eats. Yeah, that's exactly with punctuation. Let's say I eat. I go on the basketball court and shoot a thing, and then I walk out. How would you punctuate that? How would you punctuate that? Let's see what Lud says. I missed Lud's joke, possibly. Don't do that, Joe. Don't agree. What did Lud say? Nice shirt. Oh, you don't think I have a nice shirt, Joodles? I think it's all right. And ever since I've lost these 3-4 pounds, which is just basically 8 or 9 or 10 pounds, I think I look much better. I think I look touchable. You can touch me. I've cried more since watching this show, Mark the Rose. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, because I don't know. This is a weird show. You have to admit that. Maybe it is. My crying is a little different, says Joodles. She's talking to Mark the Rosie, and the two of them are best buddies. Is that it's a weird show because it's not a structured show. He really is a true hero of his time. I think we're talking to Enoch Powell. Who are we talking about, Ruben? Not been able to interact much, but have loved having you all in my ear, driving. You got a car. First of all, you got a car and you're driving. Having you in my ear, driving for the last 10 minutes. So just in case I do not get my destination before you finish, bye all you beautiful people. Well, bye, Leanne. No, sorry. I should have tagged you, Jedster. Do not be more Nick. Why? What's wrong with Nick? Vatanai says, I love you. Which Vatanai says, Joe, I agree with you. Period. I agree with you. I don't think you need a comma there because you are a lovely lady. That's the kind of comments I like to see. I like to see people being so nice. Joe says, thanks. Yeah, it's a complete sentence. Thanks. Yeah, that's really, really, really lovely. That's really, really lovely. I think this has been a really good show. I think I've kept my energy. Have I not kept my energy? You've kept your energy. How many people do we have watching this thing? Let's just check this out. We've got 29 people. I mean, it's not a huge rip-roaring success, but we'll figure, what do we need to do to make this show more people and maybe just keep it just the way it is? You know, I was hoping 1 million people would be watching it. That's what I was hoping for, but we don't have 1 million people. But what can we do? This is it. You're with Lewis Schaffer. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean, I'm an acquired taste, as they say. I'm willing to pay you to like me. Neek swearing as his audience was one of the funniest things he's done, to be honest. That's what the Jets just says. I can imagine Nick can tell his audience to F off because he prepares stuff to talk about. Yeah, so he thinks this is funny and this is important to me. Yes, that's exactly right, Judel says. He prepares stuff to talk about. That wouldn't work quite as well for you, is what I meant. Yeah, it wouldn't work. I mean, maybe I am prepared. I've thought about all these things that we're talking about, and the things I'm not talking about. I've never spoken about Enoch Powell before, but, you know, there's a lot going on in my head. But thank you, Judels. Thank you, Judels. Full stop, comma, please. Period makes me think of bloody knickers. Yeah. I mean, what do? We're separated by a similar language. It takes years to get those numbers. Yeah, maybe that's what I've been told. I've been told at any given moment it could suddenly go up. But then what happens when we get a lot of people? How am I going to talk to each of you people? You're going to say, oh, you don't pay any attention to me anymore, Mark Therosian, Steve Cupp. We need the lesser spotted to get 1 million. You want some nudity? Here's some nudity. Nudity. How about this? These are my shoulders. It's my shoulder. You want to see my knee. He's worried about all the AI transcript. I am worried about it. You don't know. This is like Fight Club. Can't talk about it, only for those who know. I mean, that's a wishful thinking on my part. I mean, I don't want people coming in who like just, what the hell is this? Or not enjoying it. You know what I mean? You need to explain it to them. You know what happened? When I met my girlfriend, my second wife, she came to the show. She had seen me perform in Plumstead, and then she came to the show when I was doing it in Soho, and with her boyfriend. And she came with her boyfriend, and she said to her boyfriend, "Do you like this guy?" And her boyfriend didn't know what I was on about, and it was different than, it was the same as this, but it was as a comedy show. Imagine seeing this as a comedy show. Say, we are here to see a comedy show. Whatever it was, the boyfriend didn't appreciate me. And so she dumped him. Gave me her phone number. And maybe I called her or she called me. And that's why I went out with her, because she liked me. So there's 2 lessons in that. Fight Club lesson is that she liked it. My friend Blanche, same story. She brought one of her friends to one of my shows. And she didn't like it. She didn't like my show, her friend. So she liked my show, so she came back. I know Jimmy Carr can respond with a quick wit type humor jokes, but some comedy takes a lot of practice, which is, you know, I mean, even the quick wit. No, he doesn't think he's got quick. He's a funny guy, but he's also spent a lot of time working on jokes. So he has jokes. When he says something about, I don't come to your house and knock the broom out of your hand. I don't come to your job and knock the broom out of your hand, Jimmy Carr. Maybe he doesn't say that, but whatever. That's been planned. That's an old joke. He's read that in a book. And people go, oh my God, he's so funny. He just thought of that right off the top of his head. But he didn't. Daz says, a bit like Lewis's jokes, you have to be here to find the jokes funny. Yeah, you can't. I don't know how you could cut this out and put it out there. I know Jimmy Carr can respond with quick, right? And bring this war to a bloody period. Oh, that's in reference to something else. All right, so we're going to stop the show. We've had about an hour and 52 minutes. The first 10 minutes were not that good, but basically we pulled it out. We pulled out the show. Are you going out? Okay, you're going back to bed.
Yeah.
Get as warm as you can. Take a warm bath. This is my advice. If you want $1 million, it means work. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't want to work. I don't want to work. I want to come in here and people liking what I'm doing. It's like me when I performed for my free show. I've done it so much. I mean, I did put a little bit of work in, and it adds up. Who are you talking to, Lucy? He wasn't quite that young. You want the shoulder. I've got a good shoulder. There's no zits or anything. It's a nice, smooth shoulder, I think. And since I've gotten thinner, my boobs are a bit tighter. Leanne, the lesser spotted shoulder. I mean, I'd like to be appreciated. Don't we all, Steve Cuff, Ruben? Don't we want to be appreciated, especially guys, for being attractive? We want to be attractive. We want someone to look at us and go, you know what, you're... Maltese Phil comes in. Thank you, Maltese. Thank you. You've seen your parents in Valletta. Both your parents are living there. Okay. Okay, well, welcome back. I was just talking about Malta today with my friend Doug. Anyway, damn, I missed most of the show. Hi, everybody. Yeah, you did. What can we do? I'm going to put it up on Twitter, so you'll be at Twitter. Remember what the Twitter address is, Lewis Schaffer. Yeah, let's go over the most important thing. Can you like this thing? How many people like this show? Only 7. That's horrible because I didn't mention that. Maybe that's the reason. So I want everybody right now to like the show. Press the like button, please. Can you tell me who did? I showed my shoulder. Okay, Lewis, it's been very enlightening, entertaining, and educational, ! Have a good evening, period. Enough punctuation. Maybe not. Well, I wouldn't put that laughy face because it's a new sentence. A laughy face is a new sentence. Enough punctuation, ? But pretty good. So a round of applause. Where is that C going? Says Lucy. We don't know who she's talking about. What she's talking about, Lewis. Do you have an OnlyFans account? No, I don't. This is my OnlyFans account. Right News Network just subscribes. That's really good news. Can you go to the YouTube page and press the like button? Okay, we now have 8 on the like button. Can you go back along and press the join button? Okay, and can you go to the where does it say subscribe? Not subscribe. Where is the subscribe button? Where is the subscribe button? It's really important, I think. I mean, do I seem too needy? I am needy. I am. Now, you've got 26 likes. I just have 8 likes. Why do I... And what about the subscribe? Can we subscribe? Do you see the subscribe thing? Daryl, who's a girl. Hi, Lewis. Sorry I'm late. I've been fixing my brakes on my car. By yourself? Or, having them fixed. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Daryl. Daryl is a woman. The crown thing is nonsense, Leanne. It makes makes it up as soon as it goes along. Nice to see you, sweetheart, period. I like to have seen Lewis on those Whose Line Is It Anyway. Producers would have been having kittens. Yes, I would be having kittens too. I don't have a Whose Line Is It Anyway. I'm not, if you got 5 people on a show, 29 likes, that's really good. I thought it was just 8. I've got this, it says just 8. It just says 8. Oh, now it says 29. What about, and where does it say for us to subscribe? I don't see where it says subscribe. Yeah. Let me just get back on track here. Is that yeah, I don't want to be on that. I don't want to be on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Because when those people can be funny, but if you have 5 people on stage, one of them is going to say something funny. One of them, it's like if I have a guest right here, two guests, one of them is going to say something funny. I used to love it, right, but that's what it is. Steve Cuff says, nothing to do with attraction. We all like to be shown appreciation. It costs nothing. Yeah, I'd like to be shown appreciation. And then finally, if you want to join this thing, maybe I shouldn't ask this, but it's 10 pence a day. 10 pence a day. You're right at the hospital visiting Dad. Love to you all. Great show, Lewis. Thank you very much. And a great show to you. Ruben says, possibly the best show ever. Has it been? I thought it was interesting in the beginning, me screaming at you, and maybe that's what we need to do, some kind of dialectic between me screaming and me telling you that I love you. When I saw Josie Lawrence in Taming of the Shrew when I was about 15, and she nearly turned me into what, Joodles? Turned you into what? Sending love, Leanne. I don't want to hear that. You only love me, Lewis Schaffer. Joodles. Love to your daddy, Leanne. Yeah, love to your daddy. I love the way that sounds, Joodles. That sounds so hot. Love to your daddy. Love to your daddy. Leanne just came in and stole my top 3 spot. Yes, where did your top 3 spot? It keeps us thinking about it, though. Always the best show when I'm not here. That's not true. You are one of the best. You, Maltese Phil, you're always one of the best. Every time I see you, I think of my 2 favorite places on earth, Malta and Doncaster. Can see Lewis appearing on Whose Country Is It Anyway? Yeah, I could see myself doing that. I would not be necessarily funny. Okay, so this is our show. Everybody, like, join, subscribe. I got to do the. All you people in Discord. Let me just get the Discord thing, and then I'll have to go. Okay. I'm getting the Discord, and I'll send you the Discord. Are we all members of Discord? Are we all members of Discord? I have to get in there and watch it, but I think we're all, I don't know if we're all in it, in Discord. But I'm going to write it down right here. Maybe it's by length of what you're writing. Maybe that's what that is, Lucy. Because you've been in. Okay. So let's get back on track and say goodbye. Let's all say goodbye. We'll see everybody tomorrow, Friday. We'll see everybody tomorrow, Ruben. Since you've gotten thinner, the skin's hanging lower. I'm only kidding. You look right. You never have to say. You could say just kidding, but whatever. I'm looking great for an older man. Yeah. How old are you again, Ruben? We got to look good. Have I got news for you? Shouldn't have retired 10 years ago. It's the BBC. Screw the BBC. I could see Lewis appearing on... okay, here you go. So this was quite good. Louise Latham call for a general election. Yeah, I'm calling for a general election. Yeah, we got to get rid of this government. Anyway, they're not gonna leave. Is it just me, or does JRM have a through the keyhole whose house is in the narrator's mode? I saw this Migrant Hotel video the other day, and it reminded me of that. I don't know. Anyway, Louise, thank you for coming. Where are you coming in from? Have you liked the thing? Have you subscribed? Whatever. Louise. Daryl, where are you from? Are you from Ireland? England and Ireland. How do you like this? Britain and Ireland. Who knew? Who knew we're all getting along? That's what has happened. That's why you can't hate people forever. Lucy says, how is Lewis going to improvise when he needs all the jokes explained to him? I don't think I always need all explained. Maybe I'm just getting so old. Maybe I'm getting so old because here's why. Because I would sit there and say, what do you mean by that? And then I could say something. Lucy. I would say, what I would say. I would say, oh, that's what that means. And then I'll come up with something. I'm not and I have a lot of jokes in the back of my mind. I used to anyway. I would only say subscribe if you haven't already. So if you see the subscribe button, Ruben, thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm the joke killer. Yeah, at least here I am. That's what makes this show maybe interesting. Is like it should be like a joke forum, and suddenly it's not. Anyway, I'm going to ask Cressida to be on the show. Maybe you're too intelligent to understand the jokes. Could be that. Could be that. Could be that. Could be that. Okay, I'm waving my hands goodbye. Everybody say goodbye. Thank you, Daz and Alan and Ruben and Keith and Mark J and Steve Cuff and Louise Latham. Where are you from, Louise? Maltese Phil comes in saying, we'll see you later. Lucy, thank you for being here, Lucy. Thank you, Joodles. Thank you, Mark the Rosian. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for liking. Make sure you like this thing. Everybody, if you haven't liked it, make sure you subscribe. It's free to do that. Make sure you join. It's only 10 pence a day. You don't have to, really. Thank you, Jedster. Thank you, Steve Cuff. Funny, funny, funny times. This has been the best show ever. Best show ever, considering how badly it started. Okay, that's our show. I'm gonna disconnect you, so you're not gonna be able to write anything.